Have you ever seen how the life is for the homeless and the poor? Have you ever thought of a life lived by a father sent to war? And have you ever come to experience a hungry child in pain? And have you ever come to realize that we are all one and the same? So how deeply have you ever thought about this deeply? How deeply have you thought about life? Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. When only few are rich in luxury, many more will be so poor. So that's the way it will be, unfortunately, as long as money makes the rules. So when your soul gets lost and the money is power, you know the system has failed. 'Cause many people, they suffer, they hardly get by. Have you ever asked yourself why? How deeply have you ever thought about this deeply? How deeply have you thought about life? Oh, how deeply have you ever thought about this deeply? How deeply have you thought about life? Yeah, that was a start of some kind of thoughts and ideas around art and around the situation on this planet. You know, there are so many people that today are getting more and more concerned about the changes, and they feel that something is going to happen. And actually it was also a part of my younghood to think in that line, you know, of taking care of life in general, both human, animals and plants and so on. And I got my inspiration through musicians that was somehow in a position to express themselves in a very powerful way, and they did it and risked their life, you know. For example, you can take John Lennon, so many songs about how to move the society, you know. You have Jimi Hendrix, Hey Jude was not a lyric actually about how to, you know, how jealousy can kill, you know, and things like that. It was actually a kind of lyric about the Vietnam War, how the Americans started their journey as a world police, something like that. And then you had even Rolling Stones, that when they were making I Can't Get No Satisfaction, they were in US and they saw all these people shopping, shopping and shopping. And that didn't lead to any satisfaction, because if you want real satisfaction, you have to somehow find it in yourself. And today the whole world is somehow educated by the, especially by the business people, and the flow in that dimension of the society, to think that we always need something, we are in lack of something, we cannot live without something, and that's the most beautiful thing that is around, you know. So they put it in the windows of the shops, and we are educated to believe that without that we cannot survive. And then they also produce things that they think can be of interest for the masses, and they make it in a way that there's minimum expenses and maximum profit. And this kind of greedy vibration is going on everywhere. And in the 60s they said that, you know, the artistic life was more free, especially not of course all the plastic things, but the artistic life used the business world somehow. Today the business world have bought everything. Very few artists that earn money today, you know, they can say exactly what they want because there are eyes watching them, and there are you can say investors, even artists like that have maybe some problem with their own way of dealing things, but that's, for example, artists that supported the American Indians in South America, for example, they lost a lot of sponsors. People that doesn't want to make deal with Coca-Cola or whatever, you know, they lose them, and it's a very big business everywhere. And that's the part of the old skeleton or the old paradigm that has been ruling this world for too long. It's like I went to Russia on tour, in music field, you know, and I spoke with many people there, and all more or less the pumps or the big bosses in the communist era, they earn today many of the key industries in Russia, and they earn a lot of money. So it's just like greediness, whether it's socialism or capitalism, is very, very dominating, because the spirit are not following the theory. So we need actually to develop more broad-mindedness inside, and that will reflect in a totally different way of looking at the world. And I think that the artists now and in the future, like people that make paintings, video, music, any kind of art, you know, it's okay, they who are into the young thing with romantic songs, and okay, that's okay, but when it's dominating the scene, you know, if you put on a film, you know, today, if the Hollywood will make a film, or any film company will make a film, and they think, what will the public see? They will mostly find out that, well, let somebody be killed, and some thieves and some you know, all this craziness, and then put together some naked body, and then some police hunting the thief, and then they have a success. It is somehow in every generation art that is progressive and art that is very static. And today the musicians, as I told, are more, or artists in general, are more used by the, the capitalistic or business-oriented people. And also that affect the musicians in a way that many musicians, they feel they need to earn a lot. But all these things are broken apart somehow by the internet and by all these medias, you know. And so today I think many meaningless artistic expressions are going to be changed for more meaningful artistic expression, because many creative souls, you know, they are just educated to think in the old-fashioned way, to earn money, to get nice girls, big cars, and everything that follows success. But we have also a very serious situation on this planet with weather changes, with more people going into the, you can say, the arena, because we are getting rapidly much more people on the planet, and it's a new science. How can we survive in the future, you know? And we know that if there were progressive utilization, if there were, you can say, kind of empathic share, and if politicians was more involved in covering the basic need of the people in general, there will be enough actually food for the whole planet. What makes it not possible is wrong thinking, greediness, and very much polarization of economy. Because what is needed is, of course, decentralization of economy. And if political system should have any power, it should be to help people to feel life as a gift, not as a burden. And not only people, I mean, all living things like rainforests, like animals, and everything is a part of the big ecologic system. Even if Monsanto is going on, you know, they can kill all the bees. And actually that is said to have enormous effect. It might wipe us out. We are not that important anyway. But to somehow change the old skeleton of old thinking, and to maybe come up with the best from this and best from that, you know, and really think new, and to at the same time be able to awake the spirit in the people. It's very important, you know. People think of spirit or spiritual as something high, fly, sky, and they think about the religions that have actually degenerated the spirit. For example, Jesus, he said, love your neighbor as yourself. It means as a part of yourself. That's very hard to understand, but if you feel everything is somehow in your family, or everything is dear to you, you become more richer, because you get friends, even you can see friends even in things you could not see before. But the less you have this feeling, the less your neighbor, fellow man, don't care for that, the more you are entering a society that might stone you, and might stone you if you become raped. So the balance between woman and man is important, the balance in general. So I feel that now many young people, including the team that is now trying to fill me, an old man in a young mind, I think it is very important for young energy, because when you get older, your body gets older, it's not so easy to get out there with progressive ideas. But like my master Pierre Sakar told, is that the young people, if you can stimulate them to get into a kind of positive flow, to protect the nature, protect the right of the people, to make everyone feel passion for something, that they can be participators of the society instead of feeling strangers and feeling lost out, you know. That's the only way out of drugs. That's the only way out of all this party. They can really feel they are valuable. And today the society somehow make consumers that they walk around like zombies. But what we need is, of course, young people that look through this. They are not interested anymore in that dimension. They want to go deeper into somehow more valuable part of lives, and to be in need and be helpful to help the changes that are coming, which is so important to somehow make sure go in the right direction. And I think that if you have a universal mind that think of the welfare of everything, balance between nature and man and this and that, you know, And you even think about the universe. Might be that tomorrow we get people even from other planets, you know, coming here. And if you have like a terror view, or us and them too much view, you know, they cannot come here because we will destroy them. So it's very important for everyone to know that nothing is really impossible, and everything is possible. To create that hope in young people is very, very important, because if the dark side of the moon, you can say, get too much power, if the dark voices or the dark force which makes so much noise get too much, you can say, dominate too much the mass media and these things, many people lose hope and faith, and then life become meaningless, life become a burden. So if young people like you, Vidar, and many others, you know, can give people something to believe in, something doesn't mean to be high sky fly, it can be grounded down to the earth, you know. You can see people that have a more difficult life due to lack of, you can say, universal outlook, that you know, universal, I mean same for everyone somehow, you know, in when it comes to basic need, and that with more, you can say, spiritual oriented thinking, there will be less, what is called in English, I don't know, mobbing. There will be less wars. How can you go to wars against somebody you feel closer to? There will be less, you can say, upstairs and downstairs. All this, like, I think many places need a Nelson Mandela, because it's like we have our strengths here, they have their strengths there, and they have their strengths there, but we all also have something to work on, weakness, and that is for all of us. But if people are educated to only look at that side of us, I can find weakness in you, you can find weakness in me, and we can blah 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 behind our backs and mudslinging and all these things, and the distance between us become more, then it doesn't lead to anything. We have to find solutions, and that's why we have to try to educate the family feeling, which sounds very high fly thinking, but actually it's a part of the solution. Because now it's like everybody is a stranger. It means you become poor because you get so few friends. But if you see everything, even a cat that passed by you, or a dog, or a bird, you know, or a tree, if you start to feel connected, like the old shamans, the old yogis and everything, you know, they did so many techniques to be connected to things around them, and they lived a very rich life. Samurais, you know, they protected the weak. They were really on the people's side, the real ones. So, and also they have had some spiritual power on this planet that we can see, you know, like Christ, like Buddha, Krishna, all these people, I don't know, even Maria or Ingrid, or so many also that didn't come that far into the picture. They had a very powerful influence over the people, but the priests, the imams, the tradition that followed could not catch what these people was really giving of universal love, and also the hint that you have to go inside to find the real things, because outside, well, it's just temporary here, it's just visiting the spirit, you know, the spirit, you are a soul experiencing a body, having a body experience, and that's very much different than a body having a soul experience. So for me it's like, if I'm conscious, if I'm aware, if I'm awake, I can see you, I can see the sky, I can see my hand moving like this. I know nothing can happen if the consciousness is out of my body. If I'm just lying there dead, unconscious, then there's nothing. So somehow, as long as we can see things with our consciousness and feel the emotions visiting us, feeling the and the thoughts and everything. We have to refine it. We have to find out how to actually make the art of living more interesting.